The Rules of Golf book has over 200 pages, but here's the truth. You don't need to know all of them to play golf correctly. Most of the rules are common sense, and the rest you can learn as you go. In this video, I'm breaking down every golf rule you actually need to know, explained in the simplest way possible. No legal jargon, no complicated scenarios, just straightforward explanations of how golf works. By the end of this video, you'll understand the fundamental rules that govern the game and be able to play confidently without constantly wondering if you're doing it right. Let's make golf rules simple. The foundation: play it as it lies. The most fundamental rule in golf is simple. Play the ball where it lands without improving your situation. What it means: you can't move your ball to a better spot, press down grass behind it, or create a better stance. Whatever situation your ball ends up in, that's what you have to deal with. The exception: you can take relief in specific situations where the rules allow it, like from cart paths, ground under repair, or penalty areas. But otherwise, play it where it lies. Why it matters. This rule is the foundation of golf's integrity. It's what separates golf from other sports and makes it a test of skill and adaptability. Teeing off, starting each hole. Every hole starts from the tee box, and there are simple rules about how you begin. What it means: you must tee your ball between the tee markers or up to 2 club lengths behind them. You can stand outside the markers, but your ball must be within the teeing area. The key point: this is the only time you're allowed to place your ball on a tee and improve your lie. Once you leave the tee box, you play the ball as it lies. Why it matters. Starting from the wrong place is a 2-stroke penalty, so make sure you're between or behind the markers, never in front. Penalty areas: when your ball goes in water. Penalty areas, marked with red or yellow stakes, are what used to be called water hazards. When your ball goes in, you have options. What it means: you can play it as it lies, no penalty, or take relief for a 1-stroke penalty. Your relief options depend on whether the stakes are red or yellow. Yellow penalty areas: stroke and distance or back on the line relief. Drop on a line from the hole through where the ball crossed the edge. Red penalty areas: those same options plus lateral relief. Drop within 2 club lengths of where the ball crossed, same side of the hazard. Why it matters. Knowing your options saves strokes and time. The key is identifying where your ball last crossed the edge of the penalty area. That's your reference point. Out of bounds and lost balls. When your ball goes out of bounds, white stakes or lines, or you can't find it in 3 minutes, the penalty is harsh. What it means: you must use stroke and distance. Go back to where you last played, add a penalty stroke, and hit again. If your drive goes OB, you re-tee and your next shot is your 3rd shot. The key point: this is why hitting a provisional ball is so important. If you think your ball might be lost or OB, announce "I'm hitting a provisional" and hit another ball. If your original is lost or OB, you can play the provisional without walking back. Why it matters. This is the most common way to add big numbers to your scorecard. Understanding provisional ball procedure saves time and strokes. Taking relief: when you get a free drop. You get free relief, no penalty, in certain situations where obstacles interfere with your shot. What it means: if an immovable obstruction, cart path, sprinkler head, etc., interferes with your stance or swing, you get free relief. Find the nearest point of complete relief, then drop within 1 club length of that point, no closer to the hole. The key point: you only get relief if the obstruction physically interferes with your stance or swing, not just your line. Being in your line doesn't qualify for relief. Why it matters. This is free relief that can save you from difficult shots, but taking it from the wrong spot means playing from the wrong place. 2-stroke penalty. Unplayable lies: your escape option. When your ball is in a terrible spot, you can declare it unplayable and take relief for a 1-stroke penalty. What it means: you can declare any ball unplayable, except in a penalty area. You get 3 options: stroke and distance, 2 club lengths, not closer to the hole, or back on the line. The key point: only you can decide if your ball is unplayable. Your playing partners can't force you to declare it, and they can't tell you that you must play it. Why it matters. Sometimes taking a 1-stroke penalty is smarter than trying an impossible shot that costs you 3 or 4 strokes. On the green, putting rules. The putting green has its own set of rules that apply once your ball is on the putting surface. What it means: you can mark, lift, and clean your ball. You must replace it in the exact same spot. If you accidentally move your ball on the green, there's no penalty. Just replace it. What you can do. Since 2019, you can repair damage: ball marks, spike marks, remove loose impediments, sand, leaves, and leave the flagstick in when putting. no penalty. What you can't do. You can't improve your line by pressing down bumps that aren't damage. You can repair damage, but you can't improve conditions that aren't damaged. Why it matters. Knowing what you can do on the green helps you make more putts. Incorrectly replacing your ball is playing from the wrong place. Bunkers, sand trap rules. Bunkers have specific rules about what you can and can't do when your ball is in the sand. What it means. Since 2019, you can remove loose impediments, leaves, twigs, and touch the sand incidentally. What you cannot do, deliberately test the sand, touch the sand with your club in a practice swing or on the backswing, or touch the sand right in front of or behind your ball. The key point. If you declare your ball unplayable in a bunker, you can take relief outside the bunker for a 2-stroke penalty using back-on-the-line relief. Why it matters. Bunker violations are a 2-stroke penalty. The 2019 changes made bunkers more player-friendly, but you still need to know what's allowed. Mid-video call to action. If golf rules are starting to make sense, hit that subscribe button right now and tap the bell icon so you don't miss future videos that simplify the game and help you play better. I'm committed to making golf accessible and understandable without all the complicated rules jargon. Drop a comment below telling me which rule you find most confusing. I read every comment and want to hear what you struggle with. Now let's cover the remaining essential rules that complete your understanding of how golf works. Dropping the ball, the correct procedure. When you take relief, you need to drop the ball correctly or you're playing from the wrong place. What it means. Since 2019, you must drop from knee height, letting the ball fall straight down. The ball must come to rest in the relief area, usually 1 or 2 club lengths from a reference point. The key point. If the ball rolls out of the relief area, redrop. If it rolls out again, place it where it first touched the ground on the second drop. Why it matters. Dropping from the wrong height or from the wrong area means playing from the wrong place if you don't correct it before hitting. Embedded balls, free relief. If your ball plugs in the ground, you get free relief in most situations. What it means. Since 2019, you get free relief for an embedded ball anywhere in the general area, not in bunkers or penalty areas. If your ball is embedded in its own pitch mark, drop within 1 club length of the spot directly behind where it was embedded. The key point. The ball must be embedded in its own pitch mark, not just sitting down in soft ground. Why it matters. This is free relief that many golfers don't take because they don't know they're entitled to it. Scorecard responsibility. You're responsible for the accuracy of your scorecard, and the penalties for errors are severe. What it means. Your marker records your scores, but you must verify them before signing. If you sign for a score lower than you actually made, you're disqualified. If you sign for a higher score, that higher score stands. The key point. Check every hole carefully before signing. Once you sign and return your card, it's final. Why it matters. Scorecard errors have cost players major championships. This rule is unforgiving, even for honest mistakes. Maximum hole score for handicap. When posting scores for your handicap, there's a maximum score per hole. What it means. For handicap purposes, your maximum score on any hole is net double bogey, par +2, plus any handicap strokes you receive on that hole. You can pick up once you reach that score. The key point. This only applies when posting for handicap, not during actual competition play where you must finish every hole. Why it matters. This prevents one disaster hole from unfairly inflating your handicap. The spirit of the game. Beyond specific rules, golf has principles that guide how you should play. Integrity. Golf is self-policing. You're expected to call penalties on yourself and play honestly. Consideration. Don't slow down play, repair your divots and ball marks, and respect other players. Following the rules. Play by the rules of golf as written, not by what you think they should be or what your buddies do. Why it matters. Golf's integrity depends on players following both the letter and spirit of the rules. What you don't need to worry about. Most of the rules of golf cover situations you'll rarely or never encounter. Wrong ball. You'll know if it's your ball. Mark it with a unique marking. Equipment damage. Rare situations about what happens if your club breaks during a round. Interference. Uncommon scenarios about other balls or players interfering with your shot. Focus on the rules in this video. They cover 95% of what you'll encounter in normal play. When you're not sure. If you're unsure about a rule during a round, in competition, ask an official rather than guessing. If no official is available, play 2 balls and report the situation after the round. In casual play, discuss with your playing partners and agree on a fair solution. The goal is to keep playing and have fun. After the round, look up the rule in the USGA app or website to learn the correct answer for next time. Why it matters. It's better to ask or look it up than to play by rules that don't exist. So there you have it. Every golf rule simply explained. You don't need to memorize a 200-page rulebook to play golf correctly. These fundamental rules cover the vast majority of situations you'll face on the course. The key is understanding the basics. Play it as it lies, know your relief options, follow proper procedures for drops and penalties, and take responsibility for your scorecard. Master these fundamentals and you'll play confidently, correctly, and without constantly second-guessing yourself. Golf's rules exist to make the game fair. Knowing them helps you play with integrity and confidence. Hit that like button if golf rules finally make sense, and I'll see you on the course.